Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we have the pleasure of talking about a tank that got completely wrecked through the years, this tank being the Panzer II. It's a tier 3 German tank and it was known back in the good old days, so probably 4 years ago, as one of the most armored tier 3, if not the most armored actually, that you could find. This tank could literally do a 1 versus 7 as long as nobody went in your rear, you would be safe. Now, of course, judging by the map we're playing on, but also judging by the overall HUD, you see that this replay is pretty old. And this is logic, because I'm not taking it from the regular game, from the 8.7 update. I'm taking it from YouTube, from what YouTube channels that are meant for allowing you to get those juicy piece of content. Now, why do I want to talk about that thing? For two things. First, for you to witness how strong that thing was when it was first implemented. And the second factor is because I feel like Wargaming kind of messed up with this one. Let me explain. This tank is originally from World of Tanks, in which it's known to be one of the strongest tanks. And obviously, as it was one of the strongest, it was overpriced. I remember in World of Tanks PC buying this one for 100 euros only. Tank only. Well, even if some people are gonna say it's kind of dumb because obviously having such a small tank for such a high price is completely useless, it was providing a ton of fun. When you just wanted to have fun and not think about your style or anything, what you had to do was find that tank and farm, you were to go. But unfortunately, Wargaming decided that fun was no more and they nerfed it really hard. I remember two steps. The first was reducing its armor profile, and this is the one that killed it the most. And the second one was the buff and the nerf at the same time because they touched the mobility plus the penetration of the tank. They increased it just a little bit to increase the nice buff because obviously with that tank, if you are not using the gear that allows you to increase more, you're going to be completely useless, so most of the time with this one you need to play full gold. But right now, at least, let's say that you still need to play full gold, but you have more chances than ever to penetrate your opponents. But in the current how is this thing doing? Bad. Truly bad. As I mentioned, you can't do anything else with it right now. You're gonna get penetrated like nothing. You don't have any chances of being on the battlefield at the right time. You are way too slow. Well, even if I totally understand why Wargaming nerfed it, I mean, no tanks should be able to bounce a 140 alpha damage shot from a tier 4 from the rear at tier 3, but at the same time, it was kind of disrespectful in my opinion. A lot of people bought the Panzer II for a big and crazy amount of money, and we never got the compensation for the tank being completely nerfed. I want to remind you that Wargaming's policy toward toward premiums is not to touch them at all. Here it was more than needed, but I wish they could have just maybe make it a little bit worse, but still keeping its armor extremely strong. This is the only point of this tank. The gun is bad, especially the penetration. The mobility is nearly non-existent. The only thing you had for yourself was that crazy armor. Now, you don't have the crazy armor, but they didn't touch the other statistics either. You still have that bad gun and the bad mobility. So right now, the Panzer II is probably one of the most pointless tanks to acquire. If it's for the collection, then yes, you could try to get it, but if it's not, do not bother. Now, if Wargaming wanted to make this tank shine again, here is what I would do. I would make it in order for enemies to not be able to penetrate except if they use gold shell. I know a lot of people are already going to complain saying, hey, that's broken, but that's the whole point of the Panzer II. It's the same that happened with the Kennyotsu, but Wargaming never touched the Kennyotsu. They would rather not sell it anymore. Why? Because the Kennyotsu is not known in World of Tanks PC. It's not a tank that was implemented, if I'm not mistaken, and if it is, it's not broken as broken as the one we have in World of Tanks Blitz. Right now, the Panzer 2J, Wargaming knows there is a hype over it, so they know they can sell a lot of it. Because coming from World of Tanks PC, and me the first when I first joined Blitz, coming from it and seeing that the Panzer 2J was here for 15 euros, I said, damn, that's a huge deal, because I got mine in World of Tanks PC for like 100 euros. So yeah, I could definitely buy that. And I feel like Wargaming is working on the hype this tank has from World of Tanks PC to convert World of Tanks PC players into buying the same tank in World of Tanks Blitz, expecting the exact same specs, where in fact there is literally nothing you can do. And yeah, this is pretty much my rant about the Panzer 2J. I'm not necessarily gonna bother showing you the whole replay against the Panzer 4D. We're gonna advance a little bit because it's kind of boring when nothing happens. But basically, he's gonna wait for the Panzer 2J to come, and he's gonna try to sneak as much shells as possible directly into his cupola without having the chance of killing him, resulting in still an ace tanker, but a drop. Now, if you want to compare with the Panzer 2J that we have from the 8.7 update, feel free to take a look at how horrific that tank became. You see that in the previous replay, we just bounced everything, and it was quite easy to bounce as long as people were not using gold shell. But here it's going to be a little bit different, because thanks to the new meta, not only can you not bounce anything, but on top of that, people can penetrate you with regular shells, which leaves you with nothing else than just the wreck of a tank that can just drive a little bit further before getting killed. But you're gonna see what I'm talking about right now. Bang! No other choices than getting completely penetrated at the front. And not even the worst part here, the strongest part of the tank, which is this plate right there, just got completely annihilated. And it's gonna go like that for the whole replay. We are getting penetrated frontally. If we only got penetrated at the rear or even the sides, why not? But frontally, like, come on Wargaming, why did you have to destroy this tank that bad? And you're gonna see, we are gonna try something. We are gonna try to push forward, but every time we're gonna try something, the reality is gonna snap us back. Just take a look at that. For example, I need to completely over-angle my tank in order to be able to bounce. And even if I do that, I can still get penetrated quite easily. Just take a look at that Cruiser 4. He just wrecked my lower plate, which then will lead us to getting completely destroyed. Bang, getting penetrated, even knowing I'm angling, trying to sneak some shells, and the Cruiser just snaps all his shells in, killing me in the process. In definitive, nowadays, this tank is not worth it anymore, and I feel like Wargaming did that on purpose. They wanted to get rid of the tank because obviously when new players are encountering such a fortress, it can disgust them from the game, and maybe after they will decide not to play anymore, and Wargaming loses customers. I totally understand that, but it's kind of a shitty move regardless. So tell me in the comments, what do you think went through Wargaming minds? Did they wanted to remove the tank? Did they wanted to adapt the playstyle to make the new players stay and not get discussed? I don't know, we have a lot of possibilities here. So tell me, subscribe, like and share, and personally I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.